again, gentlemen. And this time we're going to totally play role reversal. Things I hate about Manchester City. What do we hate about Manchester City? Oh dear, Martin Osfield, you kick it off, buddy boy, because you are Mr. Rose-tinted glasses. You've never got a bad word to say about the club.
Oh, I have.
Smash us, Martin. Tell us what you can't stand about Manchester City Football Club.
Sorry, you're going to hate this if you are sat there, but I hate the Tunnel Club. Yes, it's personal. My dad got moved out. Season ticket holder at Man City all his life. Played for their club and got shoved out at the Etihad to bring the prawn sandwich brigade in. Despicable. Don't like it, but that's me. Yeah, Tunnel Club. No thanks.
Shocking betrayal of our working class roots, wouldn't you say so, gentlemen? Unbelievable. But they did it, Martin. They did it, and unfortunately, that's the way of the future. That's the one problem with Manchester City. We set the trends. Everyone else will copy us. Newcastle, I'm telling you what, Newcastle, they're going to rip out 3 stands at their ground and just fill them with saunas and hot tubs and flat screen TVs. They'll kick out.
I hate to get all the dirt.
Oh, they won't. No, you won't hear a Newcastle accent anywhere near in the future, mate. It'll all be. It'll be like the south of France. You know, Monaco. But like you get all them boats lined up for the Monaco Grand Prix. That's what the time's going to be like in a couple of years' time. Ryan, tell me, what do you hate about Manchester City Football Club?
Family stand and Martin being in it.
It's Nick Ryan.
No, Martin, you can't. I know you're not pleased being in the family stand, but you are in it, so we're going to slate you for it. I might not go to games, but I'd rather watch on the TV than sit there in the family stand in utter silence. If you start a chant, you'll be looked at like you're a weirdo.
Don't care. I sing. Deal with it.
Oh dear.
Get out of my stand.
To be fair, Ryan, the family stand and the Tunnel Club are sort of one and the same. You could point the seats in the other direction and nobody would know the difference. They wouldn't know the difference,
Hello.
Ryan.
Hello, sailor.
Yeah. Well, you just wouldn't know the difference, Ryan. They are completely pointless. Should there be a family stand? No. Should families be welcome at the football? Absolutely yes. But should they have a priority stand? Absolutely no. It's a safe enough environment. It's not the Wild West. It's not the 1980s. They don't need protection. And certainly, they need to close the doors and not let them out before the 88th minute, because it gets ridiculous when that entire stand has only got Martin left in it after 65 minutes.
I'm just sat there with my son going, hi.
Yeah, you've got 2 rows to yourself. It's ridiculous. Ozzy, what do you hate about Manchester City?
Okay, the one thing that really gets to me, and I know you're going to agree with this, Rob, and probably the rest of you as well, is that we really are underutilising our youth talent from the academy. I hate that other clubs like United, Chelsea, and Liverpool are bringing some of their youth into the first team, and it's just something that we continuously don't do. Okay, Phil Foden the exception, but there's just some fantastic talent in that academy, and it needs to be used. And that's the one thing that really pisses me off, that City continuously have built this academy from the ground up, brought in some of the world's best young talent, and we barely see them. That's what really pisses me off.
Well, we've all got our fingers crossed for the future, and yes, we are with you on that 100%. Softly catch your monkey, but we do want to see it. Richard, tell us, what do you hate about Manchester City Football Club?
At the minute, I hate the fact we win too much. It's just a bit dull when you just win every week. I think we need a bit more variety and excitement in our results. So I'm just going to say what I hate about City in a minute. We're too good. Win too much.
Well, I've got my next.
Variety is the spice of life, Richard, and perhaps you'd like to see us mix it up. What about more games that finish 5-4?
All right, Keegan, calm down.
No, I'm just saying, would that do you any favours? Because we win a lot of games 3-0, 4-0, 5-0. But what about if we were winning those games still, but they were 5-4, and it went to the 88th minute and stuff like that? No,
that was a good thing a few years back when, even back in the Centurions and around then, we seemed to get a few more wins late on. Sterling or Jesus grabbing winners in the 93rd minute. But it doesn't seem to have been much of that recently.
Yeah, okay. For me, my one, match day experience. I joked with my mates when Gary Cook and all of that came in that in 5 years' time there'll be a roller coaster that starts in the Etihad car park and takes you over the centre spot, and you'll be able to watch them play in the match and then go back out and go down the Big Dipper, because it felt like we were going full-blown American. I don't want it. The match, that band that plays outside, the DJs that play on Champions League nights, get out of this football ground. The atmosphere should come from the fans, 100% generated by the fans. We don't need a CD. We're not Anfield. We don't need song lyrics or song sheets or bits of plastic left on our chairs or bloody Arts and Crafts 1894 club. We don't need it. What we need is hard-working Mancunians and people from around the world that want to adopt the Mancunian lifestyle to come and sing. Because we've got a repertoire of songs that is second to none. And we don't need your CDs or your DJs. Get it out of this club now. Martin Horsfield, next.
Fans like you dinosaur. Shut up. Embrace the future. I'm going to... What I don't love is the fact Main Road, I feel, has been forgotten about since we moved to the Etihad. Or City of Manchester Stadium.
You've robbed mine.
Or Eastlands or whatever. It did feel like we were going to at the Andel car park when we got there. The stands need to be finished off. We need to honour our legends. No, I don't mean Vinny Cumpy and David Silva. Yes, they can be honoured alongside Sergio, but let's honour the true legends, like we said. Joe Corrigan, Bert Troutman, Frank Swift, all them players. Let's honour them. Mike Summerby. I can go on and on and on here. You know, other clubs do it. Let's honour them. Let's not forget that, yes, in 08 we got taken over and we had a fantastic team and a fantastic manager now. But can we please remember that we used to have a fantastic team in the early 90s, middle 90s, and, you know, come on.
You are, and wait, I'd argue that we didn't have a fantastic in the middle 90s. We got relegated.
No, I'm
Ryan.
50s, 60s.
Yeah, no, mine sort of carries on from what Ozzy said about the youth, is our inability to sell players at the moment. When it comes to how we offload players, because obviously we spend a lot of money and we recruit fairly well, but when it comes to selling players, a lot of it seems to be that players just kind of run out of contract and we let them go for less than their market value. And even just in general in a business, that's not how you want to conduct things. When you look at our record sales up until, I think, Sane was Iheanacho to Leicester for around 20-something million. So overall, I think with the players that we have and the way that the youth academy works, where a lot of players come through and they are just to be sold on eventually for a profit, I think you need to work on that better, especially when you look at how much Chelsea have made, especially in this last summer, just from youth players alone.
Very fair point, Ryan. Very fair point. Aussie.
I think the thing that also kind of upsets me is how City have divided the fan base between kind of the newer generation of City fans coming through from the likes of, you know, Rich, Martin, and yourself, Rob, who have been there since day dot, and have really kind of communicated poorly with you guys, have treated you like, you know, Martin's dad, just disgustingly. And I think that's just really poor that, you know, they've not respected, you know, the fans that have been there, you know, through thick and thin, through the worst times, for the best times. You know, it's the new fans that are maybe reaping some of the benefits, but you've always got to remember where you've come from and who has been there, who has supported you, who has bled for you, you know, who has gone through everything, the ups, the downs, the emotional highs, emotional lows. I just think that is something that City have got to sort out at some stage, because I just don't think it's good enough. I think it's, and in Martin's case with his dad, I think, like I say, it's disgusting.
My last point was, I hated the way that we sometimes, as a fan base, treat individual players. almost in a bullying way. And the player I remember it most was Richard Edgehill. Local lad, gave his all for the club, and some of the treatment of him by the fans really disgusted me, actually, probably is the word. And I think I've seen it, probably not to quite that degree in other times. I think Sterling sometimes gets treated badly by some fans considering everything he's done, but I don't feel quite sorry for Sterling because he's earning 300 grand a week and he is, in a different team, in a different era, in a different scenario. But the way we treated Edgehill, I remember it a little bit with Paul Power, another City legend, when I was a little kid at City, getting stick from the fans. I hated that. Absolutely hated
Paul
it.
Lake, Paul Lake got stick as well. It's ridiculous. Brightwell, the Brightwells got stick. Listen, City players, no matter who they are, and
Bravo.
One bit of comfort that you can take, but we're talking about local lads that play for the club. One bit of comfort you can take, Rich, is that when Richard Edgehill scored that penalty at Wembley, he shut about 20,000 doubters up, and he kissed the badge, and he's a hero.
Yeah.
So gentlemen. Sorry, go on, Rich.
I was going to say, Paul Lake, in his book, writes one of the best stories where he sat in the stand injured and he listened to a man sitting in the row in front, slagging him off for the first 45 minutes. Lake this, like that, Lake, you're useless. And apparently he tapped him on the shoulder at half time and said, I think this is perhaps a bit unfair. You spent half the game slagging me off and I'm sat behind you in the stand.
Exactly. Typical City. Gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Thank you very much. 10 things we hate about Manchester City in 10 minutes or thereabouts. Brilliant. Cheers, lads. Thank you.